Who's that?
Cat.
Stars.
Good job. Time me, Jordy. Time me. What's my 20 seconds? Yeah.
You also gave the home viewing audience a glimpse of your waistband and your undies.
Let's go.
But give the people what they want, Todd. Nothing wrong with that.
Go Bucks.
Go Buck.
What is it? It says go Bucks?
No, go butt naked. Buck.
Oh, Buck Naked.
It's that brand. The Buck,
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
from
the-
Duluth,
Duluth,
like,
Hold on.
Duluth Trading.
Duluth,
Yeah,
that's
like,
it. Yeah.
from 20 years ago?
No, they just came back.
Oh,
I don't know
they're
if they were there
No,
before, but-
Duluth Trading Company. It's like a.
Do you remember like all those? There was a couple of different companies back in the day that were like, I don't remember what they were called, but they would be like
It was like the big dog.
Yeah,
And all those like
yeah.
all the shirts like.
Yeah, I can't remember the names of them.
Wasn't there
but-
like a?
the Big
gosh.
Dog shirts?
Hold on.
No, they were like
There
their
was Big Dog
name was
shirts.
even like naked or inappropriate or something. I don't know, but it was like I can't remember what. We may not even
I'm
be able
gonna-
to say
let me
it.
see if
You're
I
a
can bing it.
listener out there and you know something about underwear and nudity.
What?
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 Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Terry, Christian, Megan, Todd,
amazing.
Jordy,
Yeah.
Holly. Everybody's here.
Yeah.
We are having a good time.
Having a good
time.
time.
We were just
Good time.
talking about pain tolerance.
Yes, we
Have
were.
you guys ever done an ice bath? Like just a straight full body in the ice? Did you like you played
Not-
football, Todd? Did you ever do that?
No, they didn't offer those. I don't
Wasn't
know if we
as-
just didn't have the budget for it, or if
Yeah,
it
we
Ice
didn't
is
do 'em.
expensive.
wasn't part of
Were you in Minnesota?
We were.
Yeah, it's hard to find ice in Minnesota.
No, I did the last foot bath I did was when I tore my Achilles.
Oh yeah, like the ice.
Stuck my foot in a big old bath of ice water, and I was like, "It'll be fine tomorrow."
Did you?
It did not
No, it didn't help.
get fine.
Was that part of your recovery to do that or no?
That was just I did something wrong with my ankle. Wifey, what should I do? And then she's like, "Let me make
ice
you
it.
an ice bath."
Yeah. What about you as a D1 athlete, former Olympian, Megan? What what kind of regimen were you? Have you done a lot of icing? You did
No,
shoulder icing?
We
None
did
of that?
every practice. You always had to ice your joints, so your shoulders, your knees, any
And that's
of
when
that.
you
So
guys would walk
every
around
day
with the
we
big
did
wraps,
our,
right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every practice you did that, and then before you always did heat or like stem or
Okay,
any
yeah,
of that
warm
stuff
it up.
before. So yeah, you'd go in.
I've
What's
never
stem?
done. I've never done
Crazy.
stem,
What's
but I'm
stem?
super interested.
It's like, so there was ultrasound and then stem. So like ultrasound, it's an ultrasound machine with the gel and all that, and they'll like do the pain points and all that. A PT could tell you, or an athletic trainer could tell you way more than I could.
Yeah.
But stem is like I think they're like electrodes. They'd like put them
Oh,
on
yeah,
you
yeah,
and
yeah.
like
I do that
run
with chiropractor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
You get
like
stem
that.
at the chiropractor?
Yeah, that's great.
There you
It's
go.
like
Yeah.
a massage, sort of, right?
Yeah, like
a
gives
pulse,
a little
like a little
pull. Yeah,
pulsing?
little.
Yeah.
They
Interesting.
electrocute you. I
It
don't
causes
know.
your
we were
muscle
like,
to-
okay.
contract.
Pretty, not violently, but enough that,
I think it might loosen you up or do something. I don't know. All you athletic trainers and chiropractors and PTs out there, just just tell us what
Yeah.
it really does.
Yeah.
It's shocking you into amazingness. I
realtor
guess.
slash
Yes.
trainer.
Yeah, and there are some out there for sure. You know, there's
Just-
every profession / realtor exists. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Info at boomrealestatepodcast.com. You can find us on social media as well. Season 3 rolls on. It's season 3, Christian.
It's rolling right now.
Fire the sounder.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes, it is season 3. The sounder that Christian made, thinking that we would say, Christian, that's stupid, and we don't want to use it. And we're like, yes, it's
We're in
perfect.
love.
Let's play it all the time. That's
Never
what
ever
happened.
on this show have we ever uttered the phrase "that's stupid."
Yeah, that's encouraged.
just a Macbeth quote a couple episodes ago.
maybe that.
You know, I think it was Shakespeare. That's stupid. Stop talking. Let's go to somebody else. That's funny. Okay, so we dive on season 3. Lead generation is the entire focus. So we had our first season. It was 140 some episodes. We had season 2. It was 12 episodes of systems. And now season 3 we are into, and it's lead generation. So, and we're getting late in the season,
know.
guys. We only have a handful left. So if you haven't generated leads by now, we got
I don't
nothing
know
for
what
you.
to tell you.
Or stick around for a couple more
Or
weeks.
these
Because
might
it could
be the
still
ones.
happen. Yeah, maybe this is
could
it.
be it.
So we're wired for expireds today,
Yes.
guys. Expired listings. In some markets harder to come by, but I think there's always opportunity with expireds. Like even in incredible boom markets, there are homes that expire.
Yep.
Right. So you may have fewer opportunities, but they're still there. And as the market shifts or the market corrects here in the coming months, years, whatever, there's gonna be more and more opportunities on expired listings. So boom, it's a great thing to go after. I don't know what's happening right now. Christian and Megan have a side moment every single podcast that nobody else is any part of.
If you haven't caught on, listeners or YouTubers, what happens usually is that Christian's in control of which camera is on.
That's right.
And he always either has an uncanny ability to switch over to Megan's camera when she's picking her nose,
She was paying
or
attention.
she just
and then
constantly
I
picks her
cut to it, and then
nose.
she just.
I want to say I did know that that's what happened. I was just not going to mention it because I'm a nice person.
I think, either he always catches me at like the worst time and I
Well,
happen to
you
get a
know what,
glance
though,
at
Megan?
it, or I'm just
delay, though.
always doing something stupid.
I feel like
Which is probably
I feel like something
true.
happened to you as a child. Like your student friends made fun of you for, like a booger hanging out or something like that. 'Cause
Right.
You are the most self-conscious
I
about
I am.
what's going
nose
on in
and
your
mouth.
nose.
All this whole area, I'm like, it just always needs to be pristine.
I
I
hate
got a real
though.
issue.
You have someone that like wipes their nose. You're like, oh, is that
Yes.
me?
Is he
yeah.
indicating it
Yeah.
to me?
Oh, that's the worst.
Because I'll do it a lot, and people then do it back, and then I'm like, "Oh gosh, did
Yeah.
I have one
Yeah.
then? And did I
Yeah.
not get it?" And then
And it's-
really, they're thinking the same thing.
Yes. And
Well,
then you
then
both
I
just
feel
rubbing your
bad.
What a
noses at each
social
other the whole
experiment!
time.
Yeah.
And I feel bad sometimes. Like I want to rub my nose, but I know if I rub my nose in a conversation, that probably
They'll
means
think
that you're
that.
gonna
Yeah.
think you got something going on. Oh,
Let's just all take a moment now and just guilt-free rub your nose. Don't be afraid.
yeah.
Like,
thank
let's
you.
just,
Thank you. I kinda,
you know,
it made me think
Christian,
about
Oh, sorry, I'm going.
rub your nose. Take
Rub-
your camera.
Yeah.
Let's get
Now put
Christian's
it on
camera.
you. There you go.
Put it on you,
Watch him do
Christian.
it.
You don't have this one?
No, not yet.
Oh, Christian. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Wow,
You
that's a
wanna do
real
this? I
that's a
know.
real downer that Christian.
Real quick
messed up
question
that.
before we get started.
Yes.
Are you the
Real
type of person that
downer.
if somebody's got something in their teeth, do you just let it slide or do you tell them?
It depends on how well
Depends
I know
on who
him.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yep.
kind of want to change to the person that just always tells.
Always.
Because I don't feel like if you're that person that you ever get mad at that person for telling you.
No, yeah.
I feel like you're a good
But
guy.
if
You're
you
a
go
savior.
to the car and you see it later, and you're like, that little turd
I
burger
had that
didn't
whole conversation.
tell
You
me.
never even told me.
Yeah.
So I think we should all just make it a stance right now.
But it's
that
strangers.
as soon
That's
as you see
hard.
something in somebody's teeth, like I want you to go to restaurants and
Immediately.
watch.
Look for it.
Especially anybody that like a bagel shop
There's
that has
still
poppy
something in there.
seeds.
Yeah. I'm still chewing.
Leave me alone. You've got some food in your mouth. I know. I'm chewing.
I'm chewing this food. That's why it's in my mouth.
Let's
that's
talk about
pretty funny.
expires.
The other nice thing too is if you're the person that tells that person that they have food in their teeth, that
Yes.
puts you a step above them,
It
and they're
does.
now below you in the power dynamic of the
Oh,
conversation.
yes.
Wow.
And that's I'm always looking
And
for the
he-
upper hand
Oh.
in my ruthlessness.
Right.
What's
Your
that?
manipulation
Wait,
of the.
Neurolinguistic.
Neuro-linguistic programming, NLP.
NLP.
Yeah.
NLP.
Do you think it's good podcasting when I'm talking with Megan and you
we're
guys are
just
talking
going-
with each other, but we're all just talking into the microphone?
I'm just going to the foreshot, and we'll just.
We are real pros.
Season 3 is running
Season
long.
3. Let's fire the sounder one more time,
Okay.
Christian, on season 3. We're not afraid.
Now it's time for season 3.
Oh, he did
Oh,
it in
good
real
line.
time with it. Okay, so and by the way,
Love
we
to sing over my own
we
jingle.
do have you really do. We have a tech tip, so you'll have another chance. The
Oh,
tech
I
tip's
can't wait
coming
for
up
that.
later. Let's talk about expireds.
Oh, we got a lot. Let's do it.
Warming
Megan,
up.
there's a lot to get to. We've already spent about 15 minutes not getting to it. Let's go,
No,
Megan.
I'm gonna talk
about
super
expireds.
fast. All right, so here's the deal. For newer agents or experienced agents alike, if you're ready to expand your business, expireds the way to go. They're ready. They're willing sellers. We know they want to sell their house. We know they're motivated. So let's just go out and get them, right? Let's
Yep.
do this.
Yep.
Let's do it.
I love it. Okay, so we're going to be going through
That was
some
it.
info. Oh, is that it? Oh, let's
was
wrap
it.
it up.
Is that the whole thing?
I think
Yep,
so.
we're good.
Megan said, let's go for it. Okay, Todd, let's talk systems, buddy. You gotta.
Yeah.
It's all about systems anyway.
So really, when it comes down to going after expireds, it's create the systems, go get the expireds, and then close the deal. Make it happen. So here we go. We're going to talk about the systems. First thing you need to do, you need to design action plans. If you do not have a CRM, that's the first thing really you need to do is go get a CRM so that you can design these action plans right in them. If you listen to our last episode about for sale by owner, some of these same action plans are going to apply here, just slightly different because they're focused on expireds. Or sorry, not the for sale by owners, but the online leads one that we did 2 episodes ago. But so when we do automated action plans, we want to do automated drip campaigns. This is the first section. This can be email, this can be mail, it can be whatever you want. It just has to make sure that it's as automated as possible. So if you're going to do automated mailers, you probably need to have an assistant or you need to hire a company that does those for you. But it's okay to drip them through the mail or through email. It's just a question of what contact information you have for them. If they're an expired listing, you might not have their email address yet, so you need to drop them that way. By the way, you can go back to our online one, and this is a great landing page to use. Is like you could do something like, hey, haven't sold your home, top 10 tips on how to get your home sold, something like that. Or have you gone through a market 6 months? I don't know, like an expired listing, get here to figure out how to sell your home.
Right.
Anyways, so drip campaigns. You got to have automated drip campaigns. They can be email, mail, whatever you can do, whatever contact information you have, make sure that you have it there. Now, when you do these things, make sure that you're including helpful advice. Remember, this is all this lead generation is givers gain. So give, and you will gain from it. So these things should include things like selling/marketing a home, how they do it, market updates. This is what the market's been doing. There's nothing worse than when you've expired as a listing and you get this market update that's like, it's a hot market. And you're like, well, how the heck did I not sell? I hate my agent. I need a new agent. Would just so happen somebody sent me a market report. I'm going to go with that agent. All right, so you got market updates, just sold info. How great is it if you're sending sold information to an expired listing? They're like, this guy keeps selling his homes. Why didn't my Joe Schmo agent sell my home? Yeah. All right, and then you could also do the why should they choose you type of thing. So now, and you should do a little bit of that to make sure they understand that you are marketing to them as an expired listing. And by the way, one of the things that I love people that do, they tag themselves as the expired listing specialist or the remarketing specialist. All right, so you can give yourself a tagline there. But basically what we're doing is we've created drip campaigns, mail, email, whatever you have, and it's all going to be a friendly advice, helpful advice, but a little bit of sugared with why you're important to them getting their home sold. Okay. So that would be the automated drip campaigns. What about automated reminders though? In your CRM, your action plan is doing a lot of these drips for you, but then it's also reminding you, hey, make sure you call that expired. They've received 3 of our mailers and 2 emails, and now it's time for a phone call. What about text follow-ups? Have you shot them a text message? Again, this is dependent on whether or not you have their phone number. All right. And we're going to tell you later, there's ways to get their phone numbers.
What?
Sounds like a hot tips on the way.
Companies that do it.
Not yet.
No, not yet, not yet. It's on the way.
There
It's
are
on the
companies
way.
that will go out, they will find the expired sellers, and they will beat them senseless until they have all the contact information. And then they sell you the contact information.
Could I be on the hook for that if I hire a hitman?
What do our attorneys say on that?
Legal
Christian?
department.
Legal department.
Does that sound like
It doesn't sound like they want us to do that.
They type a lot.
All right. So don't hire that company. But you should have automated reminders in your CRM, or somehow you should be reminded to make your phone calls, your text messages, handwritten notes. You've got the address. You know the address. So handwritten notes should be a no-brainer. All right. By the way, no other agent is writing handwritten notes to expired. And how do you set yourself apart? Through a handwritten note. Boom.
There you go. I like that.
Speaking of something that nobody's doing, door knocking. Go knock the doors of the expired listings, and you will get face-to-face interaction, which is going to have the best return. So all these things you should be doing. And again, we're not going to dive into the nitty-gritty of how exactly you script it, how exactly you do it, because we don't have time for that today.
We have a podcast
but we
for
do
that.
have Google. We do have scripts. Yes.
We have previous podcasts with door knocking.
It's true.
And some
Rock the
other
door knocking.
Rock the door knocking with scripts and all the goods.
Yeah, so just go to our website, boompodcast.com, and then just use our search function. You
Rocking
can
the door
find
knocking,
those.
episode 125.
125.
Look at him go.
125.
Look at him go.
Right. And I've said it before, and I will say it again. Use a CRM. If you don't have a CRM, you're going to make your life so much harder. If you just simply use a CRM, all your action plans can be automated. You take that person, you put them in the CRM, it emails for you, it texts for you, it sends you reminders to make phone calls and write your notes. If you do this, then you will be living La Vida Loca, as my good friend.
Yeah, friend
Ricky
of the
Martin.
podcast.
Billy
Ricky Martin.
Madison said, Ricky, are we off?
Billy
Way
Madison.
off.
Oh.
All right. And
Well, they're both friends of the podcast.
yes. And
Easy to confuse.
Little side note,
Oh?
if you invest in one of these companies that looks up expired listings for you,
Yes.
you can sync them with most CRMs,
What?
and then it automates
Dun,
it
dun,
for you.
dun.
And now
Now that
it's a
is
set it
a
and
hot
forget
tip.
it.
It's a hot tip.
Shebang,
I
Billy
love
Madison.
it,
that.
Sheboygan. That's a good time. Okay, so that's the systems, the action plans are set up. Megan, now
Yep.
what's the next step we need? Where do we go from here?
You know what? It's
Talk
time
about
to
it.
design some marketing material and some scripts. We're gonna
Scripts.
Not sure what
we have a
happened there.
smorgasbord of scripts available.
They do the spelling bee.
What?
On
Yeah, that's
ESPN,
true.
Scripts.
The Scripps National
Yeah,
Spelling Bee.
They do
Yep.
the national spelling bee.
It's just gonna be a hard one for
It's
me.
great
to-
that they use a word that nobody can spell.
Scripts.
was good. They're just throwing you off. So, all right. So it's time to design marketing material and your scripts. And let's dive into that. So first thing, emails and mail. Make sure that all of your marketing is super eye-catching, personal, and not too lengthy. So you want it to grab their attention.
Yes.
Really touch them personally, and don't be too long or verbose because everybody just throws that stuff away or clicks delete. So there you go. Second, write out your scripts and practice them before you call, door knock, all the things. Make sure you're practicing them and that you feel good with it and it's comfortable. It doesn't come out like I podcast. So just work really hard.
Megan.
Well
No
done.
negative self-talk, Megan.
You ever
Oh, yeah,
got a
sorry.
telemarketer that calls you and you're like, I can tell you're reading scripts right now. That's what
Yeah.
we're trying to avoid.
Yep. And it gives you confidence when you know what you're going to say, you're confident in it and you feel good. So it's good. And then always have a call to action, which we talk about all the time, but make sure that there's something that they do next. You lead them down the path. So something like, hey, for free, reach out to me for a free presentation about your marketing strategy. I've got something for you. I'd love to fill you in on making it better. So as a call to action, what do they do to get a hold of you or the next step? And then the last tip, track everything and change one thing at a time to test it, refine it, improve it. So if you're like, hey, this just isn't working for me, I'm going to scrap it all, I'm going to start all over. Don't do that. Just tweak it.
Yeah.
Tweak it, change it, see if that does better, tweak something different until you have the best plan and marketing for
Until you become a well-oiled machine.
Yes.
I love the well-oiled
machinist.
marketing machinist.
This is like, seriously, people, just take a day, focus in, and create your plan.
Yeah.
Create your marketing materials. Get it all set
Do
up.
your campaigns,
Get it.
automate it.
And then guess what? Then you got to
then
go
what?
find the expireds. That's
Okay,
the next
okay.
section. Did you know that, Meg?
I did, but I have it in front of me. So
All right, so you have taken your plan. You've got the plan in place. Your CRM is ready to go. Everything's automated, ready to go. You got your reminders set up, and then you got all your marketing materials designed, all your emails, your mailers, all that stuff. Your scripts are all ready to go. Now it's time to go out and find these darn expireds.
Where are
How?
they? I don't know where to
But
find
where
them.
are-
How
thou?
now, brown cow, where art thou?
Oh.
I heard you say that, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, boom.
great.
All right, so to find the expireds, you can just research your MLS all day long.
Yes.
Most
They're in there.
MLSs, they should have a way that you can just pull up like recently expired listings. That's an easy way and non-costly way, but it requires a lot of your time.
Yes.
All right.
Time
so
cost.
That's one. Two, you could talk with other agents. You could just have a little thing that's like, hey, I like you as an agent. You're in a different company because it's not weird sometimes when you're selling it within your own company. But what if you had an agreement with another agent? Hey, if your listing ever goes expired and you know you're not going to get it, can you refer them to me? And then I'll give you a 25% referral fee.
Oh,
and
snap.
vice versa. If I ever have a listing that goes expired, I will refer them to you. And
That's
if you get the
interesting.
business, I will take 25%.
Wow, look at
So
that.
Yeah,
have a
right?
little cahoots.
Oh, they'd be in cahoot.
cahoot.
Yeah, don't be afraid to be in cahoot.
You'll want a lot of cahoot.
Cahoots with people.
Yes. The
Yeah.
best agents are the cahootiest.
Yeah, that's absolutely
All
right.
Now, all these things are great, and you can set these things up. But I will tell you right now, if you want to play the expired game, the best way is just buy in, which means go to a company like RedX and buy expired leads. And what they do is they track your MLS for you. They pull up all those. They cross-reference them with all your phone database and address databases, all those things,
All the
so that
things.
you get information on who the seller is, where they live, what they were listed for. All that information is right there so that you can automate your system and say, boom, because they're tied to your CRM. Now they get emails and you get a notice. They're like, hey, we got a new expired, you should give them a call, and then you hit them up with your scripts that you've been practicing and know inside and out, and then all of a sudden you become a well-oiled machine doing expireds. We have a new agent on our team.
Yeah.
His name is Ian.
Yeah,
Hi,
go
Ian.
Ian.
Ian's
Shouts
a good
out.
dude. I'm hoping he listens because I told him he needs to listen. As a new agent, although we fired him. Just kidding. No,
Nope.
we won't fire
Nope.
you.
Oh, or I thought you said,
awesome.
although we fired him. I was
Oh, sorry, I did
he's
add
new to
a
our
D.
team.
Wait a minute.
Although we fired
Wait a
him.
minute.
Or we will fire. That's
We
what I
like
meant to
Ian.
say. Sorry, Ian. You're still in.
For now.
He's awesome.
But
For now.
Ian came in. He's like, I want some business and I want it now. And so what did he do? He went and bought expireds and he started making his calls and he actually just got a listing off of one.
Look at him go.
know.
Boom.
He's a rock star.
Working hard. All right. Now, one thing, and we talked
Oh,
about
I
this.
found it. Episode 28. 4 sphere scripts you should use.
There you
That
go.
was when we walked
Nice.
through. Remember we did
yeah.
Little role
I
playing.
think you actually did role play.
Little
on it.
role
Did.
play.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Good time.
And then
28.
last little tip for you: know the difference between scrubbed and unscrubbed leads. This goes back to what we talked about with online leads, for sale by owner, all that fun stuff. If you are buying leads, just know the difference on whether they're scrubbed or unscrubbed. A lot of these expired listings, they don't have people scrub them for you.
Right.
So these are going to come in raw, which means it's on you to make sure that you are vetting them properly. Terry did expired listings for a little bit.
Yeah, I did.
He
I
got he had an opportunity to list Dwight Freeney's house.
Oh,
And by,
yeah.
By opportunity, I mean that it came up in his expired listings and he made his
Nice.
calls, but
Yeah.
Dwight never answered.
Yeah, no, Dwight never
Dwight.
took my calls.
That's the former Colt, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
former Indianapolis Colts
and
player.
frankly, he's still not taking my calls. So, a little bit of a beef. I know you've read about it in all the media tabloids, but
Yes.
still a little raw, little tension with me and Dwight.
But this is one of those things, by the way, that you can also contract with companies that will not only feed you these leads,
great.
but they'll give you opportunities where you can call. You can have multi-phone calls going on at the same
Yes,
time, which
yes.
is crazy.
It's awesome.
Where like Terry had it where he would have 3 dialers going on at a
Yes,
time, but it's
triple
only
line
Terry,
dialing.
right?
Yep.
What would happen is if he was on the phone with somebody and somebody else picked up while he was on the phone,
Yes.
it would be one of these automated things. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry, my connection seems to be rough. Let me call you right back.
Yep.
And then he'd be able to, he'd get
amazing.
notice, hey, somebody answered at this line, call him back.
And the software, if that happens, so it has you record the
amazing.
greeting where I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm going to call you right back. And then when I get off with the call I'm on, and it knows that happened, it'll automatically, that's my next call.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
It's so good. It's
that Land
crazy.
Voice? I forget who
that
that
was
was.
Mojo.
Mojo.
Mojo Dialer. Yep.
There you go, free plug.
That's
That's it.
wild.
That's a real sponsor. We have another sponsor coming up, right?
We do have another sponsor coming up.
Well,
That's
that's
so many
exciting.
sponsors this season.
But
Lots
before
of
we
sponsors.
get
They're just
to
coming out of
the
the
next
woodwork.
sponsor, did you have anything else you wanted to say about scrub versus
that's it.
unscrubbed
I'm just
or
telling
any of
you,
that
people,
stuff? Yeah.
do it. This is a real
Do
opportunity.
it.
There's agents that are out there right now saying, I wish I had more business, but are you willing to do the nitty gritty?
And it's listing business. It's listing business. All right, so that's a great start on the expireds. Before we get to our next section, let's go ahead and have a producer Christian tech tip. Let's open up the thing.
It's a tech tip.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I like that you back off the mic to try to blend in with your other selves.
That's right. I'm doing multiple
Your
tracks.
other selves.
Okay, our tech tip. I'm going to go the other way.
I can't wait to pass this around.
I'm going to go the other way. There's nothing to pass
Oh,
around.
what?
Yeah,
It's not very techy.
it's not very techy.
Oh.
My tech tip is simply technology doesn't solve everything. Now, I'm a fairly technological guy.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that we talk about a couple things related to technology. One is it's easy to over-tech yourself.
Oh,
It's easy
Okay.
to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It's easy for technology to get out of control. For example, anybody who's ever had a computer crash,
Yeah.
your whole weekend goes down quick.
Yeah.
So tech doesn't solve everything. So 2 things along those lines. One is the best. I used to get my profession used to be solving technical issues, specifically technical problems.
before you hit it big as a podcast
Before I hit it
producer.
big as a podcast producer.
Right. What's so funny, Christian?
Before I hit it big. So anyway, one of the things that would always, my best tool in my tool belt was to take a walk. I
Okay.
would get away from the thing. I'd walk around. I walk my dog about every day. I get my best ideas there.
Yeah.
I write things on paper and pencil.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are not technological.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking, definitely not technological. Anybody who takes everything technical, whatever comes out of the gate, you can find yourself chasing your tech, all the stuff that's in your life that's technical, and not doing the other stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
So my tech tip is
An anti-tech tip.
anti-tech tip. It's like take a walk.
Calm down with the tech
Yep.
tips.
Write something down. And also, don't be afraid to separate using technology from being creative.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting down,
Yeah.
your idea, brainstorming or whatever, I do it on paper. I do it on a whiteboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whiteboard here. I don't do it on a computer because when I'm in the computer, I'm in a different mode.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
brain. So my
Different
tech
mental
tip
space.
is don't worry about being technological
good.
savvy. Be able to step away.
Yeah.
Best ideas come other places, and don't be afraid to give your brain a little bit of room to breathe and think.
Yeah, that's really good.
Good
That's a
one.
good one. I do like that, and I do think that like the best, most prolific, most productive you'll be is with a combination of technological support
Right.
and then analog dimensions of it as well, right? So I like
Yeah,
that.
it's good.
I like that a lot.
Really good.
Christian, way to go. Let's close up the tech tip.
It's time for a It's a tech
Kind of a
tip.
tech tip. Okay. All right, let's get back to Megan's.
Hi.
To expireds with Megan,
Hey.
talking about how to contact them now, right? Like how we do this.
Yep.
Let's talk about that.
Now let's contact some expireds using all of your awesome systems that we've talked about. So first thing you're going to do is mix it up and give yourself mix it up to give yourself the greatest opportunity you can out there. Okay, so mix them up. Contact people in different ways. Use your system so that you're layering them. You're using different ways to give yourself the greatest possible amount of touches in different ways so that you catch more people. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
And then be careful with texting and phone calls due to the no call list. So just know the rules in your area. There's national ones, there's local ones, all of that stuff. Make sure you just know the rules and that you're very careful with the way that you're communicating with people.
That is one of the nice things about using some of these companies is that they scrub it
Yeah.
against the do not call.
Yeah.
And so they'll still give you the information, but it'll also have a really big red flag, do not call.
Okay.
And I never called people on the do not call list. It's
Nice.
not worth it. Don't do it. There's enough
Right.
phone numbers for you to call elsewhere, so don't
Yeah.
do it. Okay.
Do
Yeah,
those
that's a good
tools
point.
weed those out for you?
Well, they again, they still give you the number, but
Yeah.
it's with a giant red flag that says do not call. And then if
Okay.
you're using an auto dialer, you can opt not to call the do not
I
call
like that they
people.
give you the option, though.
I know, they still give you the number.
I mean, if you want to skirt
Right.
the rules.
They're like,
We
hey,
did our job.
You're paying for this service. Here's the number. But if you do, but yeah, that's what
Those
they
are
do.
the same companies that beat the person up until they get all the contact information.
No.
Yeah, that's right. It's the same people that
Yep.
use thugs to extract phone
very
numbers.
scary.
Give me the number. Okay.
Louis. Okay. Okay. And then if you do have an expired seller that's getting more serious, make sure to put them into additional campaigns and systems that you have, your follow-up. So don't drop the ball on them. Make sure that you're putting them into the system they need to be in so they're getting a different level of communication and
Yeah.
touches. So just make sure you're shifting them up as they get more serious. And then always focus on what sets you apart. You know, how you get the home sold, things missing from the previous listing and how you can do it better and how you can market it better, the free presentations and time to meet with them, talking through different strategies, just whatever makes you and a better and a wonderful, amazing agent.
Yeah.
Make sure you are selling them on that and focus on that when you're communicating.
Nice. We've got bonus tips from you, Todd.
I do.
Let's have 'em.
We also have a
It's a
sponsor.
hot
You want to end
tip.
with sponsor?
Oh yeah, let's do
Let's
that.
do
It's
the
getting
sponsor now.
late.
We
It's
do the
getting
sponsor.
late.
Sponsor now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We are in. We've got, I think, 2 more sponsors
Oh, my.
left. We're
Yeah.
coming to
Oh,
the end of the
my.
season here. This one, they
You know,
even
for
though
lunch I had I can't believe it's not spam.
Did you?
Yeah.
See?
Really
See,
good.
it's getting a
See?
little traction.
Yeah.
You other sponsors out there, take note.
Well,
that
And I
getting
cooked it on the
podcast
Swiss Army
is-
butter.
Yes.
Yeah.
See.
Put a little bit
Oh,
on
that
bread.
sounds delicious.
Guess what? We have another food sponsor.
Oh, do we?
Yes, and as crazy it is,
So
we
excited.
offered them a free read, and they didn't take full advantage. They didn't go with a lengthy read. They
Oh.
just kind of
Just
more
short.
short and condensed.
Okay, I like
but-
that though.
So here they
10-second read or something.
It might be like 20 seconds.
20-second read. Okay.
Do you love a good tapioca? Do you love eating foods that don't offer much taste but make you seem really rich? Well, why not take a moment to peruse our options at Cavioca.com? The perfect meld of pudding and fish eggs, giving you that wonderfully balanced amount of nutrient enrichment and perceived posh lifestyle. Cavioca.com, we're too good for you.
Oh, I like that. That was punchy. That was punchy.
Yeah, it
That's
was
a
good.
punchy spot.
Yeah.
There was
That's well done. Cavioca.
About time somebody came up with that.
Yeah, let's-
At first, I
Seems so
thought
obvious now.
Right?
I thought it was the anti-tapioca lobby that was coming in
Yeah.
strong to just
Oh.
be critical of tapioca, but it was a melding
Yeah.
of two wonderful worlds.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. These are some killer sponsors. Todd, thanks for bringing these to
And
light.
kudos to you for finding these
Yes,
advertisements.
Yeah,
we
really-
wish them the best.
well done.
as things go. We know that things will probably get better.
I mean, it's not going to get worse.
Yeah, how much do we pay them for a spot?
No, it's all free for both sides.
Oh,
Okay,
everybody.
for both
Okay,
sides.
no one's paying.
So we're not
anyone-
paying them.
no,
No,
Okay,
no one's
good.
paying, no one's getting paid, no one's making any money with this.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Excellent.
All right, bonus tips, Todd.
All right, I got
Wrap it
two
up.
for you. So here's the one is going to be just standard target or older expireds. All right, so this is something where people always play on the freshly expired
Yeah.
listings.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've burned through that list, go back a couple of years, look at expireds from a couple markets
Yeah.
ago,
Yes.
and be able to contact them and just say, hey, not sure if you heard about the difference in the markets, but if you're still thinking about selling, this might be a
That's good.
great time
To get that price
So
you
don't
wanted.
be afraid of older expireds.
And they're not so cranky usually either, right?
Yes.
Because they're not
Yeah.
being
They don't
bombarded
have a
with other
million
people.
people
Yeah,
calling.
yeah.
And then the last one is the 3 P's. It's going to be patient,
Yep.
Okay.
personal, and persistent.
I love it.
Okay,
There it is.
Patience is key. You're going to play this. It's a numbers game, so you got to stay with it. Keep working your numbers.
Yes.
All right. Be personal, which means do what the other agents aren't. If the other agents are just sending postcards or mailers and they're not doing much else, be personal. Door knock. Call them. Text them. Try to give them value. Be very personal. Create relationships. And then lastly, be persistent.
Yes.
And the persistence is key. You got to make sure that you're staying on top of these things. And again, some agents that are going after expireds, they'll do like the one and done. I'm going to send them one letter
Yeah.
and then hope that they call me.
Right.
Problem is that person also received 8 other letters in
Yes.
the mail. But if you're persistent and you keep following up, you're the only agent that will do that. So be
Yep.
patient, personal, and persistent.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
Beautiful.
I feel like every single time you touch one of these expireds, you are in even more open waters and less competitive waters for every
Yeah.
contact
Yep.
you make. There's a lot of agents that won't make those extra contacts. So, okay, there you go. Hit it up. Hit expireds up. Great listing business. Probably going to get some buy sides from it as well. It is worth your effort. It's worth your attention. And let us know how we can help. info@boomrealestatepodcast.com. And you really need to be on YouTube because the shenanigans get crazier and crazier on video, I feel like, to where the audio people are really suffering. More than usual. All right, so we'll see you next time on the Boom Podcast. Season 3, everybody. Woo! Woo woo!
I said a woo, woo, woo.
You know when you woo, you have to woo. You can't just go woo.
You got to Ric Flair it.
Woo!